Hello guys, and welcome to another HTML and CSS project tutorial. Today we are going to create a sign-in form that animates to a sign-up form. So a login form that animates to a create an account form. So we have this form and we can log in using Gmail, Facebook or LinkedIn. But also we can log in using our own, we can enter our details to log in just like this. And then we can log in, right? But we can also sign up. Okay, so we click this link and then the sign up form will animate in. So we have this sign up form, and also we can sign up using Gmail, Facebook or LinkedIn, or we can enter our details to sign up. Okay, just like this, and then we can create an account. But if we are on this form and we already have an account, then we can click here to sign in. So we click here and then the sign in form will also animate in just like this. So we are going to create this using only HTML and CSS. All right, so let's get started. But before we start, please like and subscribe for more projects just like this one. All right, so here in my folder I only have my index.html, my style.css, and the background image that I'm going to use, and I'm going to leave a link to the code, okay, to the GitHub, so that you can check everything out. All right, so I have image, so I'm going to do exclamation tab. Okay, I'm going to link my style sheet, style.css, and I'm going to use font awesome. So I'm going to grab that real quick. Font awesome CDN. All right, so we have that. Let me open this with live server. So I'm going to give everything a container, and then I'm going to have a checkbox. Okay, that is going to be the toggle for the fade in. Okay, that is going to be the toggle for the animation. All right, and I'm going to give it an ID of toggle. All right, and then I'm going to have my first form, which is the sign in form. Let me give it a class of sign in. It's going to have an h1 sign in, and then the form is not going to have an action. This is only a design. So we are going to have the social icons, which are going to be the alternative sign-in options. We are going to have Gmail. Actually, I don't want it to go anywhere. Okay, let's just do hash. All right, next we are going to have Facebook and LinkedIn. So Facebook is going to be Facebook. Okay, so we have that. And then we are going to have a paragraph, or use your or enter. We are going to have email. This is going to be an email. The label for this, okay, this is going to be the label for this. Okay, so that is going to be toggle. All right, sign up. Don't have an account, sign up. All right, so that's all for our sign our sign-in form. Okay, so let's head to our style.css and then start styling it. First, let me zero out everything. So margin is going to be 0, padding going to be 0, box sizing is going to be border box. All right, the body is going to have a background of, it's going to be the image background. Okay, so background, no repeat, center, and then cover. Okay, so that is the background. The width is going to be 100 viewport width, and then the height is also going to be 100 viewport height. All right, I'm going to set the font family to Poppins. Okay, I have it installed in my system, so I don't have to import it. And then let me actually set the font size to 1 rem, and then the overflow, I don't want anything overflowing, so overflow to heading. Okay, so let's move on to the container. Okay, you see we have a container here. Let's move on to that. So container, let's position it relative, position relative. Let's say, let's give it the top of 50%. Okay, we want to center everything, so, and then left is going to be 50% as well. And then let's translate it, -50 on the x-axis and then -50 on the y-axis for it to be centered. So I'm going to give it a width of 28 rem. Okay, and now you can see it's centered. All right, now let's head to the sign in page. Okay, the sign in form, the sign in, and we are going to create the sign up form as well, and these two are going to have the same styling. Okay, so color, we are going to set the color to white. Position, we are going to position them relative, both of them, and they are going to be 0 from the top, and then from the left as well they are going to be 0. Let's give it a background of RGBA 000, black but almost transparent, and then let's give it a border of 1 pixel, solid white but translucent 0.5, and then let's give it a pattern. Okay, so let me save so that you see what's going on. So this is what we have. I'm going to give it a pattern of 3 rem top and bottom, and then 2 rem left and right. All right, so that's what we have. Let me give it a border radius of 1 rem, and then a backdrop filter. Okay, actually I think I have a problem. RGBA, okay. All right, I'm going to have a backdrop filter. It's going to be a blur of 30 pixels. Okay, and this is what we get. So let's move on. Let's style the H1. Let's move on to the social icons. Social text align to the center. Okay, this is what we are styling. Let's display flex. Let's give it a gap of 1 rem. Let me actually remove this. Let me justify content to the center. And now let's style the individual links. Okay, let's style the links in the social links. You see this is the social that we've already styled, and then we are going to style the links here. All right, so the links are going to have a border of 1 pixel solid RGBA. This, all right, let's give them a width of 3 rem and a height of 3 rem as well. Color white. All right, let's display flex so that we center the eyes. Okay, so every link here has an eye. All right, that is the icon, and that is what we are. That is why we want to display flex so that we can center them. Let me align items to the center and then justify content to the center as well. I'm going to remove the underlines, so text decoration should be none. And then the border radius, I'm going to set it to 50%. All right, so we have that. Let me give some hover effects to that. And we have that. And it's too sharp, so let me give it a transition. So transition, 300 milliseconds ease, and now it's smooth. All right, now let's move on to the actual let's move on to the inputs. Okay, so for the inputs, okay, let me start the P first. Okay, so this, let me start that first. So P, the P is going to have, it's going to be text align center. It's going to be centered, and then I'm going to give it a margin of 1 rem top and bottom, and then 0 left and right. All right, so we have some space. So for the inputs, I'm going to, so container form and then input, and this is going to apply for both the sign in and then the sign up forms. All right, so let me display block for all the inputs. Let me give them 100% width. All right, let me remove all borders and then outlines as well, and I'm going to give them a padding of 1.2 rem, a background of RGBA, and it's going to be white, translucent. Actually, let me make it 1. Okay, 1.5, 15. All right, and then I'm going to set the color to white. Let's set the margin top so that we get some space between them, the individual inputs. Margin top of 1 rem, and then the font size is going to be 1 rem as well. All right, now you see the placeholder is gray, and I don't want that. So container form inputs, and I'm going to target the placeholder. I'm going to set the color to white. All right, so that's good. So now let's style the submit button. Okay, or the login button. The submit, the inputs with a type of submit. So container form inputs with a type of submit. All right, let me give it a hover effect. Container form inputs, and then the type is going to be submit, and then hover. I'm going to change the opacity to 0.8. All right. I think there's a problem. What is wrong with this? What is happening? Oh, I think there's a margin on. Let me check. Margin top. Oh God. Margin top. All right. All right. So that's what we have. Okay. The small tags are going to have a margin top of 1 rem. Okay, so there's some space. Let me actually give them an opacity of 0.7 or 0.65 rather. All right. Now I'm going to start the label. Let's move on to the label. Okay. So the sign up is in a label. So this is what we are going to start. So for container form small label, the label is going to have a color of yellow, and then text cursor to pointer. Let me set the cursor to pointer. All right, so we have that. Okay, so now we are done with the sign in page. Okay, so now we are done with the sign in page, and when I click on this, you see the checkbox is checked. Okay, so we are going to use the state of the checkbox to show or hide the sign in page. All right, so if it's checked, then the sign up page is going to show. If it's unchecked, then the sign in page is going to show. So we are going to use the checked state and the unchecked state of this checkbox to display or to hide or show the pages or the forms. All right, so let's move on to the sign up form. So for the sign up form, I'm just going to paste it right here. All right, our sign up page isn't going to be any different because of the styles we gave in here. Okay, we give it the same styles as the sign in page, right? So it's not going to be any different. But now let me actually display. I think the P is not aligning one, so sign up P. Let me text align that to center for now. And it's still not working. What is wrong? Something is broken. Oh, that is the problem. All right. Let me actually display none. I'm going to display none on the sign up page for now. The sign in page is going to be our first page, right? Now, this is how we animate. This is how we are going to animate this. We are going to use the checked state of this to show the sign up page. So if this is clicked, that means if this checkbox is checked, then we want to show the sign up page. So that is what we are going to do. So let's move on to our style.css and then do that. The checkbox has an ID of toggle, right? This is what we are going to target. So toggle. So we are going to say if the toggle is checked, Okay, then we want to target the sibling with the class of sign in, and then we want to display none. Okay, so this has a class of sign in. So if this is checked, that means if this is clicked, this sign up is clicked, then we want to remove this, and then we will be showing something else, right? But for the meantime, we want to display none for the sign in page. So that is what we are going to do. So this checkbox is a sibling with this sign in. So that is what we are targeting. So toggle sibling of sign in, and then we are going to display none on that. Okay, so that is what we have. We are going to use that same logic to show the sign up page. Okay, so we are going to display block when that checkbox is checked, right? And now you can see it is checked. So this is what we have. So if it is unchecked, then that means we want to show the sign in page. If it's checked, then we want to show the sign up page instead. So this is what we have. Now I want to animate it, so I'm going to set the keyframes here. So at keyframes, I'm going to call this show form. Let me actually name it animate form. Okay, and it's going to be from an opacity of 0 to an opacity of 1. And we are done with the checkbox. So let me actually so this are animation set. Okay, so this is an animation keyframe, and now we are going to link it to our forms. Okay, so animation, we named it animate form, right? Form. We are going to give it 5 seconds for now so that you see what's going on. So 5 seconds, and we are going to use is for the timing function, and then we are going to say forwards. Okay, so that it retains the state of the end animation, right? So this is what we have. Okay, and when we click this, you see the sign up form fades in. All right, so let me actually change this to 1 second. 5 seconds is too slow. Then we can click it, and then we have our smooth animation. We can type in our password. We can sign up. All right, please like and share this video, and also subscribe for more amazing HTML and CSS project tutorials just like this one. All right, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.